either I'm going to stand or I'm going to fall. And my grandmother told me a long time ago that if you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything.
Yes, yes.
But now that we have fallen and we trust in God, now we know that He's able to not only lift us up, but keep us up.
That's right.
But just because we know that He's able to keep us up and He's able to forgive us from our fall and pick us up, doesn't mean that we continue falling. That's where the question comes in. Why should I fall if I know that He's able? Ask yourself tonight, why am I still falling and I know that my God is able? Not only is He able to pick me up, but He's able to keep me up. He's able to stabilize me. The old song says that He picked me up, turned me around, and placed my feet on a solid ground. So why do we continuously come to church in a fallen state? Why do we continually go through our lives in a fallen state? Why are we always down? Can't encourage nobody else because we're not encouraged ourselves. Why are we always in a fallen state, falling to the devil's same tricks and the devil's same tactics? Why are we in a fallen state if we claim that we know that God is able? If God is able to keep us from falling, why do we continue falling? Romans 6:1 says, what shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? And then it goes on to say, God forbid. Just because you know that He's going to pick you up and forgive you doesn't mean that you go and keep on falling.
Amen.
I don't know people that's going to talk to you tonight. Apostle and First Lady, thank you for helping me tonight. But my next point I want to tell you is your confession must match your belief.
Yeah.
We use the scripture in the church as a benediction. We repeat it, we memorize it, and we confess it. But do you really believe it? We'll understand where our belief is when we realize that God is able to keep us from falling and we trust Him to. A lot of us, our flesh gets weak and we fall to many different things. But when you understand that God is and He will, you'll trust Him to do what He said that He's going to do.
Yes.
So what are you confessing that you don't believe? A lot of us say God is a healer, but we don't trust Him when we get sick. A lot of us say God is a deliverer, but we don't trust Him when we get ourselves into some mess. A lot of us say God is a lifter, but we don't trust Him when we're feeling down. Tom Trippett said last night when he preached for Pilgrim's Holy Convocation, he talked about how people can't even pray for themselves when they have the spirit of depression on them. But the Bible says that for the spirit of heaviness, I give you the garment of praise. Some of us can't even put on the garment of praise when we feel depressed. Because we confess stuff that we don't believe. You may say, well, I didn't say that. Sometimes you don't say it. Sometimes you sing it. I grew up me and Pastor Yarbrough, we grew up in the Apostolic Faith Church as a Giving Grace, and Pastor Mother Lily Williams said, you can sing a lie just as well as you can tell a lie.
That's right.
You singing God is able to do it, but you don't believe that He's going to do it. Shut your mouth.
Yes.
If you don't believe that He's going to do it, I don't care if you're on the praise and worship team. If a song comes and you know that you don't believe the lyrics to the song, stand there with your mouth shut, because you don't want to be found lying in the presence of the Lord. I'm reminded of the rich man who, the Holy Ghost told him, sell everything that you have. And he came back and he asked and said, did you sell everything? He said, yes. And he lied in the presence of the Lord and dropped dead. God is extending grace and mercy to some of us. For some of us, while we're singing some things that we don't believe, preaching some things that we don't believe, we should be dropping dead. But God is extending grace and mercy. Y'all don't like this kind of preaching. God is extending us grace and mercy. You'll be surprised how many preachers get up and preach, oh yeah, you got to live holy, but they live like hell. Making a mockery of the kingdom, making a mockery of God. Saying what we believe, singing what we believe, dancing and shouting on what we quote unquote believe, but trying to find ulterior ways to get it done. When God said that I'll supply all your needs according to His riches and glory, if you just trust that He's able. We're supposed to be trusting that He's able, but soon as funds get low and food get low, we go, oh, I'm just going to make this one last drop. I'm just going to sell this one last bag of weed. I'm just going to sell this one last, because we're not trusting God to do what He got to do.
My God.
I just lost my job. I just lost this. I just lost that. So I'm going to go to the club tonight and drink just this one drink, because we don't trust that God is able to make the way.
Well, Lord.
Well, we say it. We dance it. We sing it. but we don't walk it. We don't believe what we say. It's a bad place when you don't believe what you say. The first thing when for drug addicts and when they go to rehab, the first positive step they can take is realization. You must realize and stop being in the now where you are. Because a lot of us think, yeah, I'm good. I'm walking with Jesus and he's walking with me. How's he walking with you if you're laying on the floor? How he walking with you if you're laying in your mess?
All right.
How? God can't even carry you no more because you don't even want him to pick you up. God, I'm just comfortable laying where I am. I'm comfortable coming to church, singing and dancing and shouting and going right back out and doing the same thing I was doing last night. I'm comfortable here. Don't pick me up and carry me. I'm fine. We come and we lay it at the altar for the moment, and soon as service is over, we come and pick it back up like a suitcase and walk right back out with it. Y'all talked about that in Bible study on Wednesday? Yes, we did. Jesus. Before service, we can't speak to nobody. We come to the service, speak in tongues, and then go right back out and won't speak to nobody on the way out. Because you don't believe that God is able. Oh, sister so-and-so don't like me, so I'm not going to speak to her. Because we don't believe that God is able to mend relationships even in the church. I don't care what sister so-and-so did to you. I don't care what brother so-and-so did to you. I don't care what deacon so-and-so said about you. God is able to mend relationships. And he also said, be ye not deceived. God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. We don't even believe that because we're continuously sowing bad seeds. We continue, I don't even know how I got here, Jesus, but we're continually walking, treating people the way that they treat us. The Bible talks about, and we always talk about this, or treat your neighbor the way that you want to be treated. Well, sister so-and-so didn't speak to me, so I'm not going to speak to her. But if you had an alt with sister so-and-so, you mad at sister so-and-so, you'd be expecting her to speak to you. Then that would be your reason. I didn't speak to her because she didn't speak to me. But then you say, oh, treat your neighbor like you want to be treated. You don't want to be walked past if you speak to everybody else but you. So why we do it? Why? Amen. Why we continuously in this fallen state? Amen. Amen. When the Bible says that when 2 or 3 is gathered together, there I'll be in the midst. You wonder why God ain't in your church because you ain't unified. Amen. Say it again, please. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm just talking in general. You wonder why you ain't unified because God ain't here because you ain't unified. Amen. You don't believe that God is able to unify you. That's why you can't move forward. That's why you're continuously stuck in the same place. That's why you keep falling victim to the same stuff. Amen. Some of us come to church in a fallen state. The pastor preach a good message, lay hands on us, and we stand up for the moment. And right after service, we see somebody we don't like and go right back to that fallen state. Why? I often heard preachers say that when prophecy goes forth, even if it doesn't go forth to you, if it's a prophecy that you need, you better reach up in the spirit and grab hold to it. Well, Jesus prophesied to the man in the Bible many, many years ago and told him, take up thy bed and walk. So why are you still laying here? That's right. Preacher. Yes. If you know how to grab hold to the prophecy, this prophecy's in the Bible. This ain't coming out of the mouth of flesh. Why can't you take up your bed and walk? Why are you still laying here? Amen. But God is able. Yes. Amen. Last night, I'm going to keep quoting this man. I'm sorry because he preached a powerful message last night. Last night, Apostle Todd Tribbett said, he said, what sin comes to do is not to make you sin, but it comes to make you consider. Hello. We go from conviction to consideration. That's what he said last night, and the Holy Ghost came and told me to tell you tonight, you go from conviction to consideration, and then from consideration to comfortability. Wow. Amen. My Lord. Because we consider it, and then we do it, and then we get comfortable where we are. That's why we don't believe that he's able. Yes. I'm sorry, I know y'all used to be hooping and hollering and all that good stuff, but this is what the Lord told me to tell people tonight. We don't believe it. We say, be ye holy, for I am holy. And we go out and we sleep with this one, we sleep with that one, we do this, we do that. We drink this, we drink that, we smoke this, we smoke that. We talk about our neighbor, talk about our pastor, do everything else but what we confess that we do. I'm going to praise him anyhow. I'm going to praise him through the storm. But as soon as the storm comes, you lay right back down where you was before. I'm looking at the ceiling because I'm not talking to nobody in here. And your boyfriend and your girlfriend break up with you. You stop coming to church for 3, 4, 5 months believing that it was something in the church. When you get corrected in the church, you stop coming to the church and blame it on God. You go right back to your fallen state.
Come on. Yes.
People talk about you and you go right back to your fallen state. People say stuff about you. First thing you want to do is cuss and fight. Go right back to your fallen state. I'm looking at the ceiling. I ain't talking to nobody in here. Continuously in a fallen state. Depressed. Don't know why we can't smile. Why we can't get up and do. Because we're in a fallen state. But it takes a fallen state to know that God will lift you up. But the thing is, you're no longer convicted about it. You're comfortable in this fallen state. Anytime that there's no conviction, you're in trouble.
Yes, sir.
The old mothers in my church would say, I went to do something and then the Holy Ghost convicted me.
Yeah.
I said something wrong to. Now, a lot of times we may say stuff that we believe is correct. But if you really got the Holy Ghost like you say that you got it, before you walk away, the Holy Ghost will convict you and turn you around and you're trying. Listen, I'm sorry I said this to you. I'm sorry I did this to you. But we don't have what we claim to have.
That's right.
We don't believe what we confess. We claim to got the Holy Ghost, but we don't use it.
Yes.
We claim we got power, but we don't use it. Power over the enemy, but the enemy is the one who's making you walk past your neighbor and treat your neighbor wrong.
Yes. Yeah.
Y'all don't like this kind of gospel. But this is how the Holy Ghost gave it to you.
Yes.
Wondering why you're still here. Why, God, why can't things turn around? God, why won't this happen? God, why won't that? God simply said, because you got comfortable where you are.
Comfortable.
I'm reminded of the story of Peter when they were in the boat. And Jesus was coming. And he looked at me and said, Master, is that you? If it's you, bid me to come.
Yes.
Now Peter was comfortable in the boat. But Jesus said, Peter, come. He called to Peter. That immediately qualified Peter to be a water walker. Why are you in the boat when God is calling you to walk on the water?
My God. My God.
So Peter stepped out of the boat. And he began to walk. Now this is some of us. We come to the house and we get our bit of deliverance and we get in this standing state and we begin to walk. And just like Peter, some of us, instead of continuing walking and trusting in Jesus, we start to look at our surroundings. And then we start to look back. And then next thing you know, when you look down, we're sinking. We preaching, but sinking. Singing, but sinking. Dancing, but sinking. Because we don't believe what we confess. Bills piled up, don't know how they're going to get paid. Because we don't believe that God is going to make a way. Well, I don't got no money today, so I'm not going to come to church because I ain't got no offering to put in. Now believing that somewhere between your house and the house of the Lord, God can do something that'll open up a door for you. God will have a stranger come and but we don't believe what we confess.
Oh, God.
Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, your confession must match your belief.
Your belief.
I'm moving on. But if you believe, you wouldn't fall victim to the same tricks and the same tactics. My grandmother told me the devil don't have no new tricks. He just got a whole bunch of new faces.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. You can see beyond the face when you see with your spiritual eye. You can see beyond the face when you got the Holy Ghost. Why? Because the Bible says, try the Spirit by the Spirit. So when that new face comes, you'll tell the familiar spirit. New face but familiar spirit, and you know that that spirit is not right. I won't fall to this again. And the sad thing about it is, we don't even fall to new stuff. We fall to the same old thing all the time. Fall into the same thing all the time. Falling into the same pits. Falling into the same potholes. And they say, well, yeah, God gonna forgive me. God gonna do this, God gonna do that. There comes a time when even God gets tired. You don't believe it? It said it is a bad thing to fall into the hands of an angry God. Even God sometimes gets angry with us. And God loses patience with us. We often compare God to a parent. I don't know about you, but any person that grew up with real good parents, if I tell you to do something more than one time, the next thing you ain't going to hear my lips move no more. My grandmother tell me, if I got to tell you something and you don't do it, whatever I get my hands on, that's what I'm going to get you with.
Yeah.
But God is extending grace and mercy to us.
That's right.
Instead of saying, whatever I get my hands on, that's what I'm going to beat you with. God is extending grace and mercy to us. And we still want to stay in our fallen state.
Come on here.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Why should I fall when He's able?
That's right.
Why should I confess something that I don't believe?
Amen.
I know the preacher man told you to look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, I believe God. If you don't believe God, tell him, say, listen, preacher, all due respect, I don't believe Him, so I can't say that. I don't have faith. See, that's the problem. A lot of us are in a bad state because we ain't got no faith. But the Bible says that without faith, it's impossible to please God.
Yes.
We don't believe that He's able to stand because we don't got faith. You may say, God, how am I believe that He's able to keep me from falling if I'm in a fallen state right now? Because you ain't tried Him yet. Because once you try Him, He's going to do what He's able to do. How I know? Because when Peter was in this water, he was sinking. When he called out and said,